live your life.
I'm sorry that you see a tale of posterior that you wish.
You said you was gonna share it on your page too.
Yeah, I'm finna go in here and get us
So
started up.
We're gonna keep it PG.
We done,
She got good assets.
we
Good
done
hustle
jump right into
benefits.
this live, y'all.
The hustle nutrient facts.
right.
Yes.
Hey,
Standing shit. Stuff.
yeah, tune in. I'm gonna go in and do this shit right quick. I know y'all remember me telling y'all about this. I told y'all we was gonna bring something different to the table. And this go round, we're talking about love always win today. And when I say love, I ain't talking about no shady, no lusting, no liking, no, I like you today. I'm talking about real love. It's always gonna win because it doesn't matter what goes on in the outside world. That love is gonna keep you tuned in. And I think Tit for Tat done found two of the perfect people to talk about a love story.
But yeah.
Come on now, Melissa. I'm
Yes.
gonna allow you to go in cause I like to go in with the queens. I had to bring everybody, just to balance you out. Cause we'll be sitting here, we'll be talking to the queen the whole time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm used to it.
What, Miss Letha, go in and introduce you and your husband. Hey, newlyweds.
Well, I am Miss Lethal, or Gabrion Kimbrice Foster Thomas, and don't forget the JR
Go
as
ahead.
my husband.
Go ahead.
And my husband is Derek A. Thomas Jr. I'm from Columbus. He's from Albany.
Oh yeah.
Now, Mr. Thomas.
Yes,
Tell
yes.
the people, because you brought your music shirt in here. And this ain't just a love story. These are some people. These are some big people. So I want you to go in and tell the people, that don't know you on our platform what you do, how long you been doing it. I know we're going to get some songs. Soon as the DJ just start singing anytime you want to. Miss Lisa
I
got you.
I got
She
you.
got
Well,
you.
to introduce to the Tip and Tap family, I'm going by the name of Mr. D Suave for music entertainment. Been in it since I was 12. First deal was working with a junior label up under LaFace Records. LaFace, Atlantic. I've worked with Tight to Death Universal Records. So I've been in music all my life.
So you don't had a whole lot of lusting and loving and liking and stuff like that.
I've had some filthiness. Yes.
Melita, you liking that? I know you liking that past filthiness. Ain't that wrong with a filthy man?
Well, I got my own level, so I'm good.
Oh yes.
I got my own level, so I'm good.
Indeed.
Two little
Indeed.
dirty girls, dirty,
Yeah.
dirty in the bed. This is that's gonna be the first question because every time I ask somebody what kept them together the longest, what's one thing, and a lot of people say good sex. I'm gonna ask you, Miss Lethal. We're gonna go to D Swab. But what's one thing that you would say that just made everything that could have been bad, whatever?
The fact that he made me communicate. I've never had to communicate. It was always, once it's over, it's over. Okay, I'm gone. There was no communication. There was no let's talk it out. Let's explain. Let's, try to come to an agreement. But with him, I have to communicate. So that makes it better for me because it's not like I'm not being heard or I'm not being seen. He sees me, he hears me, and he can tell when something's not right. He's like, "Do we need to talk about this?" Or I'm gonna give you a minute. And I'm gonna come back to it. But what we're not gonna do is leave the house.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. I like this right here. You finna start preaching real early.
Wow.
Look, you preaching real early.
I wear a 12 size yacht. Yeah. Yeah. You have to.
He do not.
Yeah.
He do not take that. Well, I have my mood swings and attitudes. And he tell me, "Look, I'm gonna go on the balcony for about 2 hours. When I come back, you have all that shit straightened out because we're not doing that." But not in a bad way. It's being a respectful way. But it's like we gonna talk. We're not just gonna let this be. You got an attitude and you mad, and I'm gonna just let you be. No, we gonna straighten it out. I've never had that, so it's new to me, but I'm loving it. And he's very attentive. He can tell even when we're not together, I can be somewhere out having fun. He can be at home at work and he can tell when something's wrong. My phone rings. He said, I just got a feeling something ain't right. You good? And I be either explaining the situation or just having a, conversation with somebody and it get me kind of riled up and he pick up the phone like, I can feel it now. What's going on? I need you to calm down. So we are very connected spiritually and just connected, period. We can tell when each other in divorce. Say that one more time. Say that
Did
one
you
more
go on tour with Lattimore? Because you don't mind straightening it out.
Look now.
Nah. I ain't going. Well, I did a couple tours, but for the main part of what we're doing on the subject, to reverb of what you said,
Uh huh.
what got me for this woman right here
Uh oh. Uh oh.
was her unconscious honesty. All right, for most guys, we ask for that honesty, that real stuff. That
That's scary though.
that
That's
it
scary.
is, it is. But here's the thing: when you're a grown ass man
Mhm.
and you set to a level and you done dealt with enough of the BS to know this BS in your life and that ain't what you want.
Mhm.
What's the question you ask yourself when you think you find somebody? Hey man, tell me the truth. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
But as a man, be willing to accept her reason that you're wrong, even if you don't feel you're wrong. And that's hard to say sometimes
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
because you got to set pride aside and understand that because your logic as a man, because it says that men are logic, women are emotion.
Mhm.
You still got to have some emotion in the logic you have when you got a marriage. It's
Okay.
different. You can't just say it's my way or the highway without understanding. You got to show her why you need it that way.
Look, you start y'all preaching already. I ain't even shared that lie yet. We don't jump right into the subject. A lot of people told me to share that lie, so I got to share this live, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, I got
sorry. I gotta share this live. Hold on one second.
they already asked me. Like they
Mm.
why watch?
Listen, what's your take on people who get married and still cheat?
Why you got married? Why you
Mm.
waste your time?
Should have just
Right.
stayed single.
Here's my take on this, man. It depends on your view of marriage.
Hey, Breezy.
You got some people
What
who
up,
get
Trav?
married for the sake of companionship to say that in the end they'll never be alone and somebody know the way they want to leave.
Yeah.
You got those types, and I met a lot of them when I was out there on the road touring. Shouts out to Brick House and my old team in Albany for the one label that kind of showed me how to be an artist. D Love as a kid touring with these guys coming up, man, I saw a lot of things from how to get into these shows and to be a star and to be a knucklehead, all in the same run of things. But it was always never a secret to see how my peers, like my guys around me, treated the women. And then when they got older, I'm 40 now. So they were close to 40 then. I was in my teens. To see how they would treat women, I was seeing them and they would get the type of woman that was beautiful, that had all the tattoos, had all the sexy looks, the
Mhm.
body that you would want. But when it came down to them words, I love you, love was rated by money for them.
Uh oh.
Ah.
It wasn't rated by, hey baby, you all right? How you feeling? Oh, baby, I ain't got no money. Well, we got some eggs or something in the refrigerator. Let me put you a sandwich or something. It went that kind of love. So growing up in that kind of environment and entertainment, it breaks down the difference. I had to learn from the roughest thing what real love was for seeing it all wrong.
Mm.
That's a lot. That's
Yeah, you got deep, man.
you got real deep. I'm gonna try to take it back. I'm gonna try to take it back before you guys even met. Maybe a relationship that kind of had a hold on either one of you for a very long time. I don't been in relationships, and the reason why I say that, I don't been in a relationship even after I broke up. That relationship had a hold on me because it I had to get my mental back. Like it took me years to get me back. The relationship was over with, but it still had a hold on me all the way to my identity, to the way I behaved, the people I went around, the people I tried to avoid.
Mm.
So if I just want y'all to kind of go in and kind of, so the people know that we all come from some fucked up shit. You got to.
Yeah, yeah. I for me, the relationship I had, it lasted 2 years. Somebody I lost contact with after high school. We found each other after 15 years later, and we end up in a relationship. And when we broke up, it took me 6 years to date somebody.
When you go back now, you said y'all went from high school to there. You probably thought you had done find your true love going.
I had a crush on this person in high school, and then 15 years after we graduated, we end up in a relationship.
Uh-oh.
So, um, everything matched. It wasn't, and the only reason why we did break up is because he wanted kids, and I couldn't have any more kids. Still don't have kids to this day, but that's not my problem. But it took me 6 years to date somebody. It took me 2 years to sleep in my own bed. I slept on my couch in my living room. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do nothing. So, and fast forwarding, my last relationship I had, I just took the time to be by myself.
That
Before I
piece.
before I approached him, I took the time to be by myself, enjoy my own space, enjoy me, and then that way I was able to give him what he's giving me with no restrictions.
What was something that you in the midst of that time? Because I done been through that journey too, where I had to be just me. I had to get, and in the midst of that time, now, girl, I did some stuff out
Oh
there.
well, I ain't say I had fun.
I had,
I lived.
I,
I
I
had
had,
fun,
I had
and it was
fun.
sometimes I didn't want to be bothered with nobody.
Come on,
I
come
just
on.
wanted to have my space and me, and I enjoyed that for a good. I was single for 3 years before I approached him. Coming out
You
of
approach him now.
Yes,
Hold up
coming
now.
out of
Yeah.
a marriage
Uh-huh.
and somebody who decided after we was married 5 months, I don't want to be married. I don't think I want to do this. So after that, that broke me too because I had put my all into it, and then you turn around and so after that, I took the time, like I said, to be by myself. I
Mhm.
had fun in between, but sometimes I didn't want nobody breathing around me
That
really.
healing though. That.
I just wanted to be by myself. So in the midst of those 3 years, I had seen him here.
Mhm.
Didn't know what he had going on, but I could tell at the time that I seen him the first time
Mhm.
that he did have some stuff that he needed to sort out. I could feel it. So I was like, nah, ain't the time.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the last time that I did see him, he was karaoke. We was
Singing
doing
it hard out.
karaoke. And and his manager actually introduced us for the first time, and
Shouts out Skeet.
he was trying to say, "That's the one right there.
Uh-uh.
See, that's the one
So
right
he had
there."
already
He
had
went
this set up.
all the way around what he said because he wasn't really trying to be with nobody. He was hadn't been through whatever he was going through, and I could tell that.
Mhm.
Well, one night I just got tired of waiting. I said,
Look.
either he gonna say yay or nay. So I walked up to the table after he sung, and I took his phone. I said, "I'm gonna put my number in your phone. Either you'll use it or you won't." And I walked off.
I know, right?
Dang.
Yeah.
But he told me the reason why he didn't approach me is because he thought I was the it girl. He seen
Yeah.
people arguing about who was gonna stand by. I ain't seen none of this. Who gonna stand
Yeah.
by me or who gonna buy me a drink? That let you know I don't
Man.
be worried about
Look.
all that.
Fellas, how many of y'all done seen the baddest thing to your eye in the club and you new to a city? You ain't never been
Right.
up here. You the first thing you see these two cavemen. Hey man, this my girl. Hey, this my girl. This my girl.
Look.
I
And
felt like I was watching Fred and Barney. Hey yo, Fred. Hey yo, Barney. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I don't want no problem. Hey yo, hey, I'm like Greg Kazoo. Hold up, dum. Let me just get a drink.
I didn't pay
Let me
any
just slap
attention.
past
Like
y'all.
I said, I walked up to him, put my number in his phone, and his response to me once he texted me was, "You really want to talk to me?" And I was like, "Yes." And he couldn't believe it. He was like, "You are My fantasy woman. He said, "Do you know
I said, hell.
porn?
I said like this. I said,
It's a woman
listen.
that looks like
Hold
me."
on, hold on, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on. Let's go back because we gonna come back to your hot ass because
yes,
you
Lord.
don't rolled up. See, I thought he was Mr. Hot Pants. Now
Oh,
you done jumped
I know,
down.
right? Tell me about it, my brother.
You done
It's
jumped
okay.
down.
It's okay. It's okay, brother. Hey,
Oh my goodness.
hey, listen. I tell any grown up out here, listen, boy, if you a man and you got something that everybody just look at him, that's him. Listen, you want him to have this look. Yeah, boy, that boy got one.
Boy,
Look.
You want to have this look right here? Yeah, that's him.
There he goes.
I don't want that. I don't want my wife to walk in and be like, "Hey, which one of y'all belong to this?
Mm,
Which
mm.
one? Which who pet? Who pet? Come get Rufus. Sit. I don't want that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
So
don't blame you.
for me, I'm ignorant about mine.
Mm-hmm.
When I walk into the room and you got folks like my wife is a model and she do all kind of things, poetry and all this good stuff. The question that I get asked the most about her,
Mm-hmm.
man, well, how you gonna let her do that? Hell, what you mean? Let her do it. First of
Look.
all, let me tell you something. If your pride ain't big enough to let your woman be who the hell she was before you met her, why you with her?
hey,
Why you with her?
Mm-hmm.
If your pride is not big enough to let her be the person that she was before you met her,
We got that question
why you with her?
when Rock and
You
Rose
can't handle it.
What?
Rock and Rose's hair and barber battle. I be a body paint model every year. I've done this my second year that I've done it. And they was like, "You'll be freshly married then." So he gonna let you do that?
Let.
What?
That's your career. That's your career.
And somebody's like, "Well, what if he told you he didn't want you to do it? Would you not do it?" I say he wouldn't do that to me. That's how I know him. He wouldn't do that to me because he wouldn't stop me from being me.
I know that right.
We gonna get back into that. We gonna go back a little bit because we gonna go into because you don't open up another can of worms. Because I was gonna go into the dressing, but baby, you came in here just as sexy as you was the first time I met you to the red eye after marriage. But we gonna get into that. I want to go back to D Suave, and I want you to tell us about that time when a relationship had a hold on you. Not a woman, but the relationship.
Well, I could tell you honestly, for me, before I moved to Columbus, I was in a horrible marriage towards the end. 18 years in a relationship, 8 years married. To grow from a
Oh,
person,
hold on now. 18 years.
yeah,
So.
18,
Oh
Got
wow.
together 10, but then y'all got married 8.
man, we was friends. We started out friends to lovers, man. Like I have 4 babies and all.
Hmm.
From my son being 2 all the way up to him being grown. He's gonna be 22. This was the woman that I was with. So
Yeah.
I grew trying to think that this woman was ready to be from my friend to be my wife. Sometimes you get them signs and you should listen to them, despite what you feel your heart's flesh
You right. You
tell you
right.
it won't.
You right.
But for me, it took me during the last couple of years of us going through the divorce process. It took me almost 4, maybe 5 years to find myself all over again. During that time, I dealt with loss in music. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of frenemies.
Yeah. You
And
right. That's what they was.
during the process of that, man, she told me, I came here for 4 or 5 years performing here and there. I did shows and all this good stuff before COVID. And I saw, I did, but I saw her as the it girl. I saw 2 guys fighting over her just for about a drink, and I was like, nah, she's too pretty. She's too pretty for me. And then my mental was answering the question that I wanted to ask some guys that I was around coming up. Why would you involve yourself in a situation for something for love when you ain't through dealing with the past?
Come on now.
So I didn't want to tie anybody else up in my mess. I wanted to handle all that.
That takes mature. I'm glad you did that. Now slow down. You don't went. You don't went in some grown man shit. Now
Yeah.
you don't went tapped into some. That takes real. Um. grown man, like, because sometimes you hear about people lingering into one relationship and holding on to that one until another one start. Not every man, now this is just my perspective, not every man know how to be single like women know how to be single. uh, Come
Well,
on
don't
now,
get me
men,
wrong now. I had
What
they
you mean
would
by that?
drift.
Don't get me wrong now. I'm
They'll
gonna give you some
drift.
trip now. For me, being me in music, a lot of people from my home city and a lot of people in the industry know who I am
Hmm.
from singing and all that good stuff. So I had my moments during the process of my divorce. I was on national television. I was on Steve Harvey's show. I was doing shows with Ricky Smiley, and I was doing shows with a lot of other different celebs, and so mentally trying to keep my mind on a career path and having
You were busy.
yeah. So I had a lot for me to occupy my mind. So I
Okay.
can't just say that I just faced it head up, but the couple of years after 2015 and I got out of it,
Hmm.
it took me almost 4 years to get back to it. If it weren't for Steve Harvey in 2018 calling me,
Hmm.
music would have been a no go for me, and I would have never met her.
Look now,
Everything happened for a reason.
everything happened for Steve Harvey brought them over to you.
I don't know. Appreciate you, Mr. Harvey.
Come on now.
Put me on, Steve. Shouts out,
Look,
my man.
Miss Lethal, this man. Now you don't win and seen this man. Give me three things that made you just be like, cause have you ever been the type? Never mind, I don't even know why to ask. Hell, I ask, have you ever been the type to get what you want? Your name is Lethal.
And there it is.
Explain that to these people that don't
Uh,
motherfucking know.
I'll clink that. Clink, clink.
well, me being
I
Miss
drink to
Lethal,
that too.
and I tell anybody if I see something I want, I'm going to get it.
So you've always been that way.
And I no, I have not always been that way, but after like you say, he went through the relationship, the marriage thing, but for me, I went through health scares.
Hmm.
I've died 3 times, been in 4 comas, and had tubes coming out everywhere over 20 times.
Are you blessed to
In
be
the
here?
midst of that and me being sick 4 years straight, I thought I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be here. So sitting in my house, I made a decision that I was going to commit suicide, but I didn't. After then, I told myself I'm not going to sit in the house. But a lot of people who said they were my friends, because I was sick, I have seizures, they didn't want to be around me. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm
I'm so
scared.
sorry you went through that.
So from that point on, I got me. And
Mhm.
I pretty much got that I don't take no shit attitude,
Go ahead.
and I'm gonna do what the hell I wanna do.
I know that's right.
And either you get on the boat or you can get the hell off.
Mm.
And I from that point on, that's pretty much been my mentality. So like I said, from that point on, I've been living and having a ball.
And
And
can I?
if you can't get with that,
Right.
then
And I think to for the tips on the tip for tat show.
Go ahead.
Appreciate you, every dude, every woman, every person that did her wrong, that created her just for me.
Come on now. Come on.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Come
Cool
on.
title, women waiting, all that other shit. Appreciate you.
Come on.
Yeah, that is.
Come on. EJ said he love y'all.
What up, EJ?
what up, EJ? But yeah, I just, and if it interrupts my peace, it stresses me out where I start getting sick again, it has to go.
What did you have to change?
Um, First I had to change my stress factors. Had to get rid of some people, had
Hmm.
to get rid of some habits, some things. I didn't really drink or anything like that, but my eating habits, I had to get mainly it was people.
And
Some
look,
family, some friends, some foes, some
they'll eat you
associates,
dead. I
some.
swear.
So I had to get rid of some people around me that were my triggers for stress. So I wasn't stressed. I mean, you gonna be worried and stressed,
Oh
but
yeah.
I don't let it worry me and stress me to the point where I just get sick. And when I met him, I kind of gave him that too. He'll go deep in the hole. I'm talking about, oh, it ain't going right. Oh, I tell him, we're not doing that because
Go
guess
ahead.
what? We ain't in the hole. We still at the top, so we can walk around it.
Go ahead.
We ain't going in it,
Go ahead.
but we gonna get it together. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
If that didn't work, try another way.
And we are so opposite of that. For me, I'm an overthinker. If it doesn't go like I feel like it should go, or just feel like it's going left, I dive in there like, man, fuck it. I'm not just gonna do it. We're not gonna worry about shit. For her, optimist. Nah, we're not doing that.
Nonchalant, fuck it. Either it's gonna go right or it ain't, and I find something else to
But
do.
now the opposite with us on that, that right there in itself is that mechanism. Sometimes we get places like, hey, this, stop it, fix it, put fuck away, fix it, this.
I am
Mm.
my
I
people
don't want to go
skills.
nowhere and you look like if I smile, walk, hey, here what? See, I.
Mm.
My people skills tend to shut off while we're out sometimes.
Look,
So if you're talking to me and they cut off, I walk off in mid conversation. I don't give a damn.
I have
Because
seen.
it's best that I do that though.
See how I
It's,
feel, man. See, you got
y'all
that.
it's
blame.
best that I do that
She
before
got
you
that.
get
She got
something that comes out of me that's gonna hurt your feelings.
I don't blame you.
But like I said, I just got to the point where, I just said I'm gonna live and have a ball. I'm gonna enjoy
Mm.
my life because I could have not been here.
Go ahead now.
So I've did some traveling. Went to Miami for the first time. Went to Nude Beach. I done some of everything. Um, didn't think I'd be singing in front of people because I decided to step out and do karaoke in front of people, and they was like, "Why are you doing karaoke?" Because it said karaoke. They was like, "You're not doing karaoke, sweetheart. You singing."
Mm.
I was like, "Well, okay." So from that point on, that came. Then
I probably be doing karaoke. I don't be singing.
I decided to step into the modeling stuff, and I actually Rockin' Roses last year was my first. And then I stepped into the photo shoots. I've done nude, I've done lingerie, I've done
Mm-hmm.
all kinds. Um, so now it is plus size models here in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's you're brave enough to do it all. Everybody else, some people are not being plus size, and I don't tell them I'm plus size. I tell them I just got a lot of meat.
Look, I'm a damn
I am a
model.
carnivore.
I just got a lot of
Say
a
I'm a
lot of thickness
carnivore.
in meat. It ain't
You
no.
like that meat?
I like the meat.
But I mean,
Sorry.
with my weight loss,
Scoop
that
vegetables.
brought more confidence. I've lost 150 pounds from last year
Congratulations.
all the way up until now. So that brought a lot of confidence. If we could walk outside with no clothes on, that would be wonderful for me because
Look,
hey,
you free with
but
yourself
but
now. We know
so
you free.
but like I said, it's just living and having a ball, and I'm glad and I'm very appreciative that he could be a part of me doing that because he makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah.
So much easier. If I wake up and I'm not feeling well, prime example, the other day I woke up, I had to take a week off from exercising because my body was shutting down on me. I didn't feel good at all. I was hurting. I just felt miserable. And he walked in the room and he started singing to me the song. What is it? The
I love you when your hair turns gray.
Nah.
I still want
yeah.
you if you
Uh-uh.
can a little
He
way.
Sign
started.
that thing
He
now.
started singing
Got a
that.
video. Is how it's gonna be. Just as long as your
She
And you
just
see
love.
what?
blushing in here, y'all. She just blushing.
I can't help it. And that made my day easier. And he cooked my. Well, he cooks. That's his kitchen now.
What if he couldn't sing? Would it still be the same?
I told him if he decide not to sing another damn note tomorrow, I still want him.
I'm just saying, what if it was a little off
I
pitch?
don't care.
Like, go
I
ahead,
don't
that.
care. Everybody can't sing.
You right.
That's
You
not
right.
why, it's intriguing to hear, and I
Uh-huh.
love his voice. But if he decided I don't want to sing nothing else, he's still my husband.
How important the fact that you guys are both, you guys are both artists. You understand that she's a model and you understand that she has this role that she has to do. Is it easier that you have a artist, that you have a model as a wife versus having someone that wasn't in this same industry as you are?
Yes and no.
Go ahead now. Talk about it.
The yes, because I have somebody who is in the industry who understands
Okay.
the industry.
Okay.
There's a difference because you can be with somebody who's in the same industry with you. Prime example, people that you get in the industry who are both in entertainment, 9 times out of 10, they usually don't mesh up. They usually don't make for good matches. because one person has been alone for so long. You need to understand why they've been alone.
Come on now.
They got an ego, they got an attitude, they jealous. You know
It
what
takes
is it?
some people longer to heal
It
though.
does, but here's the thing. Like I had to break it to her with her illnesses and her sicknesses and all this good stuff. She's had a couple episodes before we got married,
Hmm.
and she asked me once. She says to me, she says, "If you want to leave, leave." I say, "Well, if I wanted to leave, when you told me about it, I would have left."
Go ahead now. Grown man
So
shit
when
here
she would
now.
go through her moments and she'll have her things, I understood from being in a bad marriage and a bad relationship that you have to take accountability for who you are. And what I mean by that, being with somebody in the industry, for me, prime example, my wife, she's been through the ringer for most people who bullshit and who do all the extra stuff. She's been through the ringer, so she understands
Hmm.
how not to treat nobody, how that she don't want to be treated.
Hmm.
For me, I can accept her and her beauty because she can.
You said something.
Because she can. If she can accept the things that people say, oh, she looked good for a big girl. Hell,
I hate that damn statement.
for me, I look at it like this. Why you got to put so much emphasis on the for?
She
Do
look
you feel good
good.
about
Period.
yourself? Do you feel like about yourself? Because obviously, I'm all right with it because I said, hey, I said I do.
Look, look, look.
Just saying. I'm comfortable with, who I'm in love with. But more than that, we are in love with each other and what we do and how we grow together. You got to be willing to understand when you're with somebody, get somebody who can grow with you.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And we
That's
grow every
important.
day. Every day is different. Every day is it's not always good.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
But like I said, because he did put a demand on, we have to communicate.
Oh yeah.
He was not the first disagreement we had. I left him standing in the yard at his manager house, and I walked off, got in my car, and drove home. And when he came to me, he said, "If you do that again, we're gonna have a problem." But at that time and moment, we knew that we was in love with each other, and we wasn't going anywhere. And that was what, after 2 weeks. So
Look,
Uh,
after 2 weeks,
what advice can y'all give somebody who just fed up with love and just had it up to here, like I almost call it quits? What could you tell them to draw them back and still have hope?
Oh, I got this. Stop calling what you're looking for love.
but you don't.
Stop
What a
calling.
clapping that up here.
Stop calling what you looking for love. Then see if you're looking for that ideal, that identity of this thing. I want love. You're not gonna find it because you fed up with it. You just said it. You tired of it. You fed up with love. So find what you like in a person. Find first. Sometimes when you through with the hard part of this thing called love, that lifelong stuff, find out what you could deal with moment for moment in a person and see if that can grow. The growth with a person sometimes beat love and love come in. But if you're tired of it altogether, what I had to learn when I went through my bad part, I had to grow again, was like I told you, I had the music and everything else to keep my mind jump from thinking about it. But when all that was over and I put aside music and I went doing the shows and I had to get a regular job, do everything normal, I had to figure it all out again. Who the hell am I for everything that I want? I wanna have a house. I wanna have a wife. I wanna have my kids straight. I wanna do all this. Who the hell are you to make it all happen? How can you say you want something or that you're tired of something and you don't even have what it takes to get it? You want it, but can you take care of it if it came today? So stop looking for what you want and look for what you need. That's the advice I would give for somebody who's tired of love, who's looking for it.
that's not what you need right then. Right now, you don't need love. You fed up with it. So maybe you just need that companion. Maybe you just need that person, and maybe it'll grow into the love that you want.
And not only that, I think the one thing that when I was at that stage where I was fed up with love, the one thing I needed the most was me. Like that was the one thing I kept ignoring. I wanted love out of everything else and everything. But when you get beat up so hard and so much in a relationship, you be so bruised and so beat and
Yeah.
so cut up. You need to go back and go put your own ornament on sometime. You need to go heal yourself, because if you don't, you need to go back and love on yourself, because when you get to that point where you are beat up on in a relationship, it's not you're hurt. You didn't love yourself because you allowed yourself to be beat up on in that
Yeah.
relationship. You allowed yourself to be hurt, not, and I'm not saying physically, but just beat up
It
in
can be
any
mentally,
come
emotionally.
on.
But
Mental scars take a long
I
to
had
heal.
to do
Yeah.
that. I did. I had to learn to love myself. I had to
I
create
sure did.
the self love and the self affirmations and the self manifest, and once I gained that and I figured out I was pretty much at the top. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started manifesting my person.
How did you first date? Let's go to first date. We're gonna go in. Tell us about the first date, and then we're gonna get to how we got to this. I did this.
Our first official date for us, we were staying together for about 3 weeks,
Oh, so
and
y'all didn't play. Y'all
No,
hold up. Let's
no,
back the
no.
hell up.
and
Hold on,
February
hold on.
2nd
You
we
can't
met.
get back that past that D swab now. Come
February
on now.
2nd we met. And
it
from
was
February
unorthodox.
2nd on, we've been in the same house.
Now this that love at
Yeah,
first sight shit here.
Yes.
This
true.
that shit
It
that
really
grandma talk
was.
about.
You
It really
mustn't
was.
listen to my
I
vows.
heard you,
I
baby.
watched him
Look,
from the curls in his beard to how the music rolled off his lips. I watched him. So I knew what I wanted and who I wanted.
don't bring up them vibe, cause I tell D Sean to sing that song to you again in here. You know he
Wow.
look, you know he got it on
Yeah.
standby.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was love at
Yeah.
first sight. And when I did go, I he left before I did and went home. And he texted me, "So are you really coming over?" And I was like, "Yeah." And in my and I'm not gonna lie, in my mind, I knew what I was going over there for. It wasn't just to meet and talk and get to know. I know
what
what I want to do.
what you want to do, Millie?
And what you
Millie,
Eu
Millie.
meto neve tal. Eu meto neve tal.
we
Shawty
sat,
got her out of my right. Yeah.
we sat and talked for 4 hours before anything happened. And his response when it was getting close to, he said, "If you don't want me to touch you, we can just continue talking for the rest of the night."
But your hot ass.
No, I got naked. I ain't gonna take it. I mean,
Ah.
why are we still talking? We didn't talk enough. I'm trying to see something here.
You got
I'm trying to see if I want this forever.
I think I did okay there, my man. I think it did.
Trying to see something.
Hey, pat my damn self on the back. Hey, fella.
You know, and from that point on, it's been good
That's good.
between us. It's been good between us. Was I expecting to be married this soon? No, because we said February of next year,
Yeah.
actually. But I and all the way up, leading up to the wedding, we had some times, and I was about fuck. Good.
Yes.
Mm.
You can go right. Yeah.
That communication
It was,
say here.
it was working, but it was
It
on
was-
a
it was-
thin line.
I mean, listen. Look. I'm not ashamed to admit. I had some tweaks to still go through. I had some stuff, some growing up to have to do. Listen, it falls back down to that point of what I said for a lot of people. Be willing, and when you're in a relationship, if you want to be successful, be willing to accept their opinion. It's not about always about what you want. Just because you are right as the man in the relationship, if she feels you wrong for a certain reason, understand her no. And why is it no? Like for us, I'm used to working jobs to where I travel. So I'm really never at home. I'm used to traveling jobs like that. For me, I'm used to being the one that gonna go get it to provide and send it home, and I'm gonna come home and spend time, and we gonna do whatever. For her, she was like, I don't want that. I don't want that in my marriage. She
I
said,
said in the beginning that I didn't want a relationship where my person is gone.
Yeah.
for a job and they only come home at a certain time, I want my person with me.
Go ahead. We can go
So
together.
so he was going to take a job where he would travel 3 weeks out of the month and be home 1 week. I told him I don't want to do that.
Oh hell
I told
no!
him I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Not
And
if you
then
getting naked the first date.
a lot of people, when we were getting ready to get married, they was like, "Well, why don't y'all just go to the courthouse and then just take whatever funds you got and go on the honeymoon?" And my response was to my best friend,
Mhm.
and my response
Mhm.
was to his manager. If we don't get married on Halloween, I guarantee you we'll end up just being friends. Either we gonna do
Mm.
this now or we ain't gonna do it at all.
And we
Yes, I was stubborn
both
You was
ain't
a
say.
bridezilla.
because I knew what I wanted. And I
Look.
was waiting on everything to go right. I was waiting on him to, you know what I'm saying? We had a conversation. We was out to eat. We was on that. We do date a lot. We do go on
Okay.
dates
And
a
I
I'm
lot.
got,
saying y'all.
I
Y'all be
still got the
dressing
answer to
alike
that
too.
first date too. So
Well, we're coming back to that.
But we
Gotcha.
were sitting and I told him, like he said, he had to find himself and everything. And we were sitting there eating and he was going in a rabbit hole about something that was going on and happening that he couldn't figure out how to, solve it. And I told him it was the dealing with music. And I told him, I said, you've done what everybody else wanted you to do from the time you stepped into music all the way up until now. You wasn't able to be Derek D. Suave. You was everything else everybody else wanted you to be. So who are you?
Go ahead, girl.
Find who you are and let that come out. Either they gonna accept it or they can kiss your ass. That's pretty much it.
Come on now. Cause that fucking sign now.
See what I mean?
You can't get it
Ooh,
nowhere.
that's what I'm talking about.
I lift up. I don't beat down. I'm sorry. I lift up. And if he say, well, I don't think, yes, you can. And my response to him was step into who you really are.
And it's been
You are
fun.
famous. People know who you are when you're out. People know who you are when you open your mouth. But because you've had your bad experiences, you don't want to acknowledge who you are. You are who you are. When are you gonna realize that? So if I gotta put my foot, then I'm gonna put my foot, and we gonna do what we gotta do.
Go ahead now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead now.
Indeed. Indeed.
Tell us about that first date, cause
Oh
y'all
man.
giving out that tea over here.
Our first date, she had told me that she said I always want to do a picnic. So I always want to do a picnic. I ain't never did no picnic. I said, okay, cool. I went by a
How
dollar.
hold on? How old you, Emily? Never did a picnic, cause I ain't never did no picnic either. But how old you?
44.
Come on now. Go ahead now. You
Alright,
came in
so
with some new shit, new nigga
she
shit.
told me that she ain't never did no picnic. I was like, okay, that's simple enough, cool. Let me go get a blanket.
Uh huh.
Let me get a little basket or a bag or something I can put all the food in. So I did a grapefruit. I did a fruit tray. I did some shrimp. I
Yeah.
did some pasta.
Oh, y'all had a good picnic.
Yeah,
Not no sandwiches now.
It's the bikes for me.
and
We ride bikes.
I
He
went
got me
all.
a bike with a basket on the back of it.
Uh
So we
Oh,
packed the bike with the basket, with the cooler and everything, and we just.
Look
yeah.
now. Go ahead now, D Swall. Go ahead now.
Oh.
Go ahead.
And he had never been fishing.
Real life.
He had never been fishing. I took him fishing.
I caught fish. I
So
was
we
like,
go fishing, we go
oh,
bike riding,
yeah.
we go walking, we go picnicking.
Coming
We
soon.
have picnics in the living room on the floor. We have a movie projector in there. We watch
Oh.
movies. We don't necessarily have to go outside. It's just the thought of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
If you
Gotcha.
put the
Oh,
thought into it, it's gonna come out and
man.
guaranteed to love it.
Create your moments. Stop waiting for it.
Look, you said something. It don't matter the
I mean,
location.
you
It
got a
does
whole
not. For me, it
house.
doesn't. And I'm not materialistic, so
You
we
got a
can
whole
go
house
out
of
on the
y'all swimming
balcony
pool.
and spread a blanket and have it. I will be content as ever. Long as he there,
Y'all teaching some people in the
long
back.
as he there and we got the pic, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
When you asked what made you decide? Okay, I'm done. I ain't finna. We finna just make this official. I want this woman for the rest of my life.
That was a
Tell
surprise.
us about how that went when you went. I'm gonna ask her first. Tell us your perspective, and we gonna go back to the person that created the
My
moment.
perspective of when I knew
Uh huh.
when I first
You knew.
saw him. And I told him,
You already, you said you were
I
going to go
told
get
him, I
it.
said, either I'm going to be in your life as your spouse or I'm going to be in your life as your friend, but I'm going to be in your life.
Come on now, Miss Letha. Now for you, when you decided, okay, let me go ahead and put a ring on this for somebody else be got there fighting
It
trying to get a
was.
drink.
I knew that I wanted to do it after our first month because we had been through enough of talking to each other and just being around each other, vibing out. But I waited till like our third month. We went to her god nephew, TJ, birthday party. I For her and everybody that she's ever dated, he don't deal with him. I'm talking about this nephew here don't deal with nobody. None of her family, the babies don't deal with nobody. We get around over there and the babies walk up to me, hey Uncle Derek, hey all. I was like, wait a second. Her mom, dad, the family looking like, who is this guy?
Whole family ready. All the kids are ready to bring you in.
Yeah, they don't even ask how I'm doing no more.
Oh, definitely kids gonna know.
Right. So
Look, they do know.
They don't even ask how I'm
so
doing no
it
more.
was funny.
They ain't looking for you.
I asked little nephew, I say, nephew, I want to marry your auntie. You think she gonna
In the
say?
mic.
I say, nephew, I want to marry your auntie. You think she gonna say yeah? He say, I think she might. She likes you a lot. I say, she like me a lot. He said, yeah. I said, okay. So his mom, shouts out Destiny, love you always. She say to him, she say, so you gonna took my sister hard, you gonna love her. I said, in 6 months she gonna be my wife. I'm gonna marry her. She don't see it, but I'm gonna show you. I think I lasted a month out of that. We went 7 months, we married now. So yeah. I knew when my heart told me that she's everything I need, not what I want.
Go ahead now.
And I mean that not just from her body type, not from her sex, not from the fantasy stuff. All that's fictitious because at the end of the day, you can catch your nut and at the end of it and it's over with.
You right.
It's just a moment.
Yeah.
But when you have that moment and the next one, you're still waiting for it. Like they say, you waiting for the other shoe to drop. Man, I hope that motherfucker stay lost. Stay lost.
Aody.
Don't come down. Don't come down because she asked me how much do I love her before I went and got my first ring, my first engagement as a friendship ring. I got it from Walmart. I didn't have a whole lot of money. I had a little side job. I went to Walmart, and she turned around and she had me. She say, "Well, what you done went about? What you done went and did?"
He like to shop, I don't, so I have to ask him.
So I said, "Your stuff in the bag. You got your soda and all that stuff in there." I said, "Check that box. Make sure that thing in there." I said, "What thing?" She opened up the box. She said, "I said,
Close to the
yeah."
mic
So
button.
she said, "I said, open the box." I said, "Yeah, your stuff in the box right there. Check the box." She said, "What stuff?" I said, "Just check the damn bag." So she opened up the bag. She said, "Is this?" She turned around. I was on the knee. I said, "So nigga, you gonna turn and take me? It's already 6 months in. What's up? We doing this?
Look.
We doing this or what?" I said, "We got a plan for this year. It was still a year at that point.
Yeah.
It was still a year out from that point. So we put the oh
I'm listening. Go ahead. They can hear you.
we put the friendship ring on. She posted it, and from there it went nuts. Everybody, oh, they all married already. They don't got married. We like, wait, no, we really hadn't. This is a friendship ring. This is a promise ring. So it went from that to us going home and going out to just saying, you know what? What are we gonna go ahead and do? So somebody when your wedding day, I said we're gonna do it on Halloween jokingly. And everybody took from there and went to posting. They get married on Halloween. They get married on Halloween. So at this point,
And they swore it was my idea because that's my favorite holiday, but it was
I
his.
told them what date it was gonna be. But I said it joking. I said we're gonna have a full moon wet since y'all say still witch. And we wound up going right along with it.
Man,
So,
that's so dope.
oh.
I enjoyed the wedding. It was different. It was fun. Our anniversaries are gonna be wonderful. We already decided the first anniversary is vampires
Blah.
because it's Halloween, so we could just be whoever and whatever we want.
And I want to suck her blood always. No powder needed.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, you
my
most definitely
god.
earn your
When
name.
I tell
Yeah.
you, that's what I deal with. It's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Never a
Listen.
dull moment. Some of the things come out his mouth. I was like, so why stand up? That's not in your future. Cause why do you say stuff
Where you come up with this now?
like that?
Just ignorance off my mind when I wake up
I
in
was
the
just
morning.
playing with him one day. I was like, man, you know, you got a big ass nose. He said, yeah, I can smell Jesus coming down mustard. You know what? I'm going back in the room. I'm
I'm never
going
gonna
back
play
in the
with you.
room. I'm going back in the room because I know you just didn't say I'm going in the room. Don't worry about it.
Hell, I'm sorry. The first person you learn to joke on is yourself. I'm sorry. I know I got a big ass honker. I
Look
know I
now.
got one.
I
Listen,
said, did he just say I'm going back in here? I'm going back in here because I'm not even finna play with you. Because
Jesus should
why?
been working hard today. I smell you, that boy. Stop blessing for a second and bless your rain.
I can say one thing: you keep her laughing the
And do.
whole time that I see. Anytime, the moment that you pulled up at her photo shoot, me and her was, you don't even know, we was out there going through it. You can't. She lit up like a Christmas tree. I said, "Oh, he should have been here the whole time.
Yeah.
If he was gonna bring all that
But
grins and the
listen,
smiles."
the night before, I was asked to be DJ. I was asked to be on the sex talk panel.
Uh huh.
So when we got there, well, for one, I had a collar on, and we do go out with my collar, and he has a leash.
Uh
Wow, wow,
uh.
fellas.
And people are looking like
Well,
y'all,
you better walk
y'all
that
black,
dog.
y'all
Go
black. Why
dog.
y'all do stuff? Y'all
No, no,
black.
no. No, I'm not gonna agree with that
Well,
one.
listen, if
I
you're
agree with that
closed
one. I'm gonna
minded, you're
roll it
not
over here
gonna
with
get
my
it.
hand.
Mm.
If you're closed minded, you're not gonna get it.
Look now.
Cause we walked in the suite like that with the collar, and he had the collar, he had the leash over his shoulder, and I was walking behind him, and I was hooked to the leash to my collar. It was a group of ladies. I know he probably control her. He probably be hurt. He probably do this,
Don't
and that,
even know you probably brought the damn leash.
and did.
I bought the.
And I had the collar before, so like, and when we first met, and a lot of stuff, a lot of that stuff started coming out for us to talk. We ended up watching 50 Shades of Grey. And while we're watching, you know, I'm like, and he looking at my reactions, and he was
Mm-hmm.
like, "You like that type?" I said, "Well,
Well, okay
yeah."
then.
So you didn't
Talking
come
to
out and
my
just tell
mic.
him you was a freak. You had to discover
No,
it.
well, no, because
Talking to my mic.
I kind of
That is all I'll say to that.
surprised him with a lot of things that I was doing, but yeah,
Listen. A lot of the stuff. Listen, fellas.
Look now.
Listen, I ain't afraid to say it.
Look
I
now.
was the one in this marriage that started out looking at my wife. I'm just a baby. Wait a minute. You got to baby step me into the nasty precocity. What that is? I'm supposed to do that? Is your leg supposed to go back that far? I don't know. Listen, when you get married and you, from my advice for fellas who is married and you still trying to figure things out, listen, bro. Get used to her answer if you ask the dumb question, was he bigger than me? Because I'm sorry, every person that's married asks the question when she say, oh, we used to date. And you see this this joker he look like Hans and
Then you
Franz.
look at
Like,
the small ones though.
no, for her, you got to think, my wife is thick, juicy,
I
and
already
Western blind.
look,
Listen, blessed,
bless.
highly favored. God said yes to the supper.
Mm.
I know what type of men
Cornbread
folk
fed.
that she attracts. So I'm not gonna kid to you. As me being a man, I had learned to be comfortable in my own skin a long time ago.
Uh
Yeah,
So
right.
when we out in public, and I see some of the guys that was on the pedigree before,
huh.
and these guys walk up and they be like, "So this your man?" I be like, "Yeah, I'm the man. I'm the man." But in my mind, every man, whether you want to admit this or not, you get a bruised ego when you meet the other dude. And you gotta
You
admit that
talk
to
about
yourself.
something now.
You gotta admit that to yourself. You're gonna get a bruised ego from meeting the other dude, especially if he at any level above where you are. Like he might have a fire car, he might have a business, and he might have his money, and you was wondering like, why did you leave this nigga? This nigga's hell. If I was a female, I'd say, hi, me.
Why you
Oh,
got
so,
you got
like,
a fool on you now?
so I'm that dude. Like with us, when there are things that I'm uncomfortable with, I'm not ashamed to tell my wife if she do certain stuff. You like, so you want me to spank it? You want me to touch it harder? I want to know. I'm sorry, like I'm gonna ask because I
You
want to.
want to know? I
Right,
feel
and I
you.
want to keep that interest for my wife to understand. Listen, I love you enough to understand that I don't understand shit. Teach me and keep teaching me. I want to learn so I can get to this point. Like, I'm doing the thing you like. I'm doing the thing you like. Remember, you told me I could do it. You don't feel good, so I got to do the other thing. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be wanting to know A, B, and C selection, so I go to the machine and be picking some stuff out.
Would you say that this is the most spontaneous in this bedroom that you've Miss Lisa? You just look. When I saw you with the leash, I already knew you was. Everybody may have thought, see, them young-minded girls think that, oh, he probably got dragging her around. But when you know a quick, baby, I already knew. I knew you was the teacher.
Listen, when
Her
she gets
name goddamn Miss Lethal.
real time, she said,
It's
"Grab
actually
my."
Miss Lethal Lips. I just leave the lips part off.
Yeah, definitely that. Talking to, we'll say it for tit for tat from my boy over the corner. Talking to my mic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, hey.
Hey Naomi, how you doing?
Hey,
Yeah.
people, y'all better understand.
They over here
It is
showing
pure
out.
ignorance here.
They over
Listen,
here showing out.
listen.
Mike, check.
I'm
Mic
not. I'm
check,
not.
1 2
I'm not.
1 2.
I'm not that off. Well, I'm not
Look,
even gonna lie.
look.
I'm just a baby.
So we were listening to. I think we were listening to the R. Kelly, legs shaking, whatever.
Mhm.
And I got kind of, he was like, "You all right?" I was like, "I like the song, but then again, I don't really want to listen to it no more because he was like, "What happened?" I said, "I got suspended from the ceiling, tied up in the swing, and I couldn't move." He
Oh
was like,
Lord.
"Wait a damn minute."
We,
Wait a
we
minute.
can, we
Wait,
can
wait
get a
a
swing
minute.
now.
We is not gonna walk past this. Now get in and just
Listen,
say you were handcuffed up to the
listen,
shanty damn lip.
listen.
So
He
what you
said we
doing?
can get a swing
Was it
now.
We
low,
can get a whole
medium,
bunch
or
of stuff.
high?
We
Was
can
it?
get a whole bunch of stuff.
What
How
was the?
high was the ceiling?
It was high, but I was blindfolded in the door and hung up. I didn't give two. Listen, I had a ball, but the fact of I like I
I'm
like
just a baby.
the dom sub life,
Uh-huh.
and the fact that I married somebody who's my dom. I'm good.
I think I
I'm
think
good.
sex is important in people like to say sex is not important. Good sex is important in a relationship because what do you turn to on a fucked up day? When the day fucked up, regardless of whether it's a relationship or what, like you can turn to some good ass, especially your mate,
Okay,
and have a good old time at
a
the end of
good
the
old
night. It
time.
don't even matter.
You don't even know what you were mad for. You
Right,
just don't even know.
but check this though. When you want this thing, since we on the relationship, when you want it to work,
Mm-hmm.
fellas, I understand you come home aggressive and you need to take the stress off. And I'm gonna say it ghetto. You
Talk
need
to
to
him.
take the stress off. Cause I'm sorry, you done had that day that everybody that speak to you in the presence, you be like, mother. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Go. Just, all right, go that way.
Rose Riser said, "Oh, wow, my friends are showing out."
Yeah, yeah.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Rose?
What's
But
up,
listen,
Rose?
understand what kind of sex you need for the moment. You don't understand what that means. Understand what kind of sex you need for the moment. Listen, fellas, I'm gonna tell you some grown stuff. Try it. Try it. You might get a little nastier one day.
Go ahead.
When you come home and you've been stressful and you need to let that out, lay down and don't do no work. Let her do everything. Just lay down.
Preach now.
Don't do nothing. And if you got to, if you're in the type of relationship I'm in, you trust who you with. For me, I do the straps and I say,
See,
go do what you do. We don't have no safe word. Safe word is, if I have to get loose from this, I'm gonna hurt you. That's the safe word. I'm serious. Don't do no weird shit. Listen, I'm for real. When you get in a marriage, you gotta know your person. You gotta know when you done push them buttons too far. So for me and mine, I tell her, listen, fellas, lay there and let them do the work.
My main statement for him is you don't have to ask. It's yours. Why are
Mm,
you asking me?
mm.
If you feel like coming in the house from work and I'm in,
Hold the hell
just
up
do
now,
whatever
Miss
you
Letha.
do.
Hold on now, Miss Letha. For the moms that's out there, for you a mom too.
Yes.
What about the after the day? See, now you not finna have me hunched on every goddamn day. God
Well,
damn it.
in that case,
Hold on now, D Swarm
you
now.
when she has them days like this, and I know,
Cause a man can go. What we can't say a man when we got you, Miss Letha. Him, Miss Letha probably can go every day. But sometimes when you got them work days, you don't work 5 days straight. You get home, you got down. Sometimes a bitch just need to go to sleep.
Wake me up at 3 a.m.
Okay, I feel
Man,
you.
two things I'm always make time for: the
Hold up.
smoke and you know.
So everybody here just
smoke and
Wake
a
me
stroke.
up
freak.
at if you gotta
My
come
boy says
home
two things he
and
gonna
gotta
make
go to
room for:
sleep because
the
you're
smoke
tired.
and
Wake
stroke.
me up in the
If
middle
you're
of the
single,
night.
fellas, smoking poke. Get your smoking
As
poke.
grandma said, retch
Get
over
you
there
that
and
piece
retch
of pre-pack.
around.
Retch around and get
Retch
it.
around.
And right
Retch around
around.
and retch it. That's what you
Lord.
do.
And I'm gonna tell you like this, fellas, if you had one of these old granny, give me 5 to 10 good minutes. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just want, I want to ooh ah. We just gonna,
Just pump a couple, get in there and get it over with.
just to let you know, I was here.
But yeah, it's but I also had to learn to not to lead with sex. Cause for a long time I did that. If we ain't had no sexual connection, I won't ain't nothing else gonna go right. But this time I led with love. I led with friendship. I led with communication. And the other stuff is good too.
Oh yeah,
Communication, you had brought up that he put pulled in communication with you. How important is communication, and why do you communicate so well? How important it is, why you just had to make sure that this is one thing we gonna fucking do.
because of my last situation, I dealt with so much of leaving it as it is, and hoping that it will work.
Go ahead. Okay.
And in that situation, it made it worse. Perhaps if I would have had this type of mindset during my last marriage, it maybe would have worked. And I'm man enough
No,
to.
baby, that.
Well, I
Mm.
got you there now, babe. I got your
Go
soul, mate.
ahead,
I
Queen.
got
I'm
you.
just saying no, because I
Well,
didn't
I
get
got your soul, mate. I got you. I got you.
not even that. I just know the
But
person. No.
for real, for all things intent, the reason that it has to work that way, if you're not able to talk about the good, the happy, the sad, and the bullshit in between,
Mm.
how can you ever progress? When somebody else bring bullshit to your situation or your marriage or your life, how can you deal with it if y'all two don't even hash it out? If you have no common ground. You know the reason why I know when she upset and she ain't around me, because I communicate with her so much that her soul talk to me.
That's it. Come on now.
Now that's a connection there.
It is.
This some
And
grown folks stuff.
I'm the same way with him.
Her
I can
soul talk
tell.
to me.
And if he's at work and he's getting frustrated or he's getting angry, he said, I just needed to call and talk with you to hear your voice. Calms him down. Same with him when he calls me if I'm calms me down. We good. I'm good.
Do you think that age and maturity has a lot to do with it, or you think that if you guys would have met 20 years ago, 10 years
I would have
ago?
ruined it.
I would have ruined it.
I would have ruined it. We weren't ready.
I would have
No,
ruined it.
no, no.
Because I wasn't even,
Shit. I
no,
was not there.
nowhere near.
I was not there.
But
Not
I mean, just because you have age don't mean you mature. Because I done met some 62-year-old men, and I'm like, you are not 17, sir.
Go ahead.
I'd have met some
So like, cause
cougars.
what is
Cougars that
this?
should have stayed cubs.
Mm.
You still stay at your homeboy house sleeping on the couch. You 62.
Why is you
Hey,
acting
listen.
like a child?
Listen, no, I'm gonna tell you though, it works different on the men's side too. You see this gray beard? It get me in trouble too. I done had some cougars that take me home and find out I'm just a baby and try to take me for a ride. Let me give you this money, sugar. How much? I just want some time. Let me tell you, some time is not always valued by money. Fellas, stop looking for the sugar mama and expecting her to be what the hell you want her to be.
And
Ain't
they
be. I ain't finna give you the beans and ain't finna give you the biz,
Mm-mm.
the money,
Mm-mm.
not without the honey. I'm sorry, it ain't working that way no more. When Carly, what Sexy Red messed it up.
She done messed it up. She
She
got
messed it up. The booty hole brown and all that. She
grandma.
messed it up.
Grandma
Even
out there listening to it.
grandmama don't listen to it now. You want that PlayStation 5, sugar? Well, my booty hole brown and I need some time, sugar.
Downtown.
Pound town, man. Give me some. It feel like that scene from Norbert. If you don't, I scream.
Come on now.
You be like, like you don't want to listen to this. I'm, I'm sorry, like listen. In my
Hey, Mimi.
in my mind,
When I tell you,
Mimi say you know something now. Y'all know something up here. Y'all know
no,
something
I
on
mean,
this show
but
now.
listen, age has nothing to do with your growth. It's the same thing like I just told bro. At the point when you in your life, you tired of being on the same path. It's either you gonna choose to change it, life gonna change it, situation gonna change it. But one thing is damn sure it's gonna change.
We not before we close out of here.
Uh-uh.
There's a few more questions I want to ask you. The acceptance from everyone else, his family accepting you, you hear her family accepting you.
Can we say it together? We don't get no damn.
fuck them folks.
Fuck them.
Well, that Elsa got Elsa real quick. That
Because
got
at the end of the, I mean, I love my family. She loves her family. We love our people. But at the end of the day, they ain't gonna be married to me. She is.
Go ahead.
They ain't the one that got to put up with my shit. Or when I get sick at the end of it, somebody who need to ride with me, who know me, they ain't the one that gonna have to deal with me. They can love me, they can come get her condolences and all this, but who has to deal with you at the point of life when you can't deal with it on your own? Your person.
Hmm.
By both of y'all being artists,
Yeah.
what's the song that represents a love y'all have for each other?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
What song for
why
you?
you be getting a good question. I know.
Superman by Monica is that's it.
I ain't never heard of that one. Yeah.
Mine is Superwoman by John Legend.
We need to look those songs. You got those songs, DJ? I,
He I
Wonder
listen
Woman is
Wonder
by
Woman,
John
yeah,
Legend.
Wonder Woman by
You make me wonder, woman, how do you
she just be
do?
blushing, y'all.
You're
She just be
superhuman,
blushing,
and I'm
y'all.
just a man. Whoa.
Well, he just sung it for you, Mimi. She said, I ain't heard that either. He done sung it for you.
and did. But it's a few. Well, at one point, I was music wasn't something that I wanted to listen to because I use music as my emotions to explain how I feel, and the
Mm.
fact that I've used songs for certain people, and then that person let me down. I don't want to hear that song anymore.
Oh,
But
yeah. I
with
got a
him,
few of
it's
those
like
too.
everything sounds so good.
Everything from him.
Sound good. Everything
Everything from.
sound good because
That was good. That was good.
Oh, good nigga.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, everything
I
sounds
love
good.
this,
Like
y'all.
it's like
that was good.
Any
Yeah,
questions in the
good and
chat? Y'all got
terrible.
any questions for them right now? I do want to ask you this one thing before we get up out of here. Any advice for the people out there that I'm gonna say two advices for the people that are out there that are in that relationship but are afraid to say I do, and for the people that are out there that are in a relationship and haven't even thought about I do, or haven't even any advice for the people that just think they're in lusting or they trying to get to love, trying to get to where you guys are.
You want to take it first, or you want me?
I just tell people to take your time. But my main thing is know yourself first. Because if you know yourself first, then you'll know what you want. You'll know what you need. So you're not gonna take 4 years being with somebody and you know that's your person. You'll know right off if you know yourself and you learn yourself first. Now the lusting in between, if that's what you hey, everybody got needs, so I ain't
Word.
saying don't do nothing. But if that's what you choose to do,
Yeah.
you do that. But I say have fun until you get up to the point where you know you want your person. Know yourself and enjoy life.
Come on now.
My answer for the ones who have been together for a while who hadn't just crossed that line to say I do,
Hmm.
if that is not what you're looking for, don't rush it. But if you have that person, because I got friends who have their person who is ready, but they feel like they're not.
Hmm.
If you're not ready, don't force that other person. Or if you feel like this is your person that you're gonna need a little bit more time, that's where the effective communication comes into it. The old thing was the three A's: attention, appreciation, and affection. If you checking all three of them boxes daily, your attention is gonna always tell you everything she need. Her affection is gonna show you that it's appreciated,
Hmm.
and that attention to the detail is gonna give everything that you need. So those are those things daily. If those boxes aren't checked off every day, then you
Look now.
shouldn't be married.
Go ahead now.
You need to keep working until you there. Take your
Ain't nobody
time.
need like the folks been. I seen folks been together 35 years, and we content with it like this.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be content with being somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend for 35 years. I'm sorry.
Come on now, cause when they leave the world, you gonna
You
have to speak with mama about getting in the
It's
hearse.
not. It's not even that. It's just
I just want them to
why
know
would
that.
you want to subject yourself when it might be somebody out there that wants to make you a husband or make you a wife, but you with this person for 35 years and and 9 times out of 10 the person is content with it being like that because the other person is content and they don't want to lose that person. So they compromise and suffer for what they want because of what they want.
It sounds like you talking to Jim John. Why?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Look, the
I'm sick
somebody
of
in the
you.
what you call said preach. Nell me said you remind her old man. She said preach, y'all in here preaching right now.
Mm.
We need to understand that love. A lot of people don't understand that love really do win. Like
Mhm.
it really does. If you're truly in love, you can overcome anything. Tell us, y'all. I got about 3 4 more minutes. Tell us about something you overcome so that people know that I do is available for you, even if you overcome this in the midst of the relationship.
The moment that you look into that mirror with your person and realize that I don't want to lose this picture, I don't want to lose this image, I don't want to lose this feeling, and I give a damn about who want me to lose it.
Come on.
I just Some days I just sit and well, he's on the front of my phone, so and I always look at him.
Look, just look
But
at it.
but sometimes when I'm just sitting by myself and I just find myself smiling because I got my person and I'm happy and I don't have to wonder and I don't have to just be lonely for one, but still I don't have to wonder. I know he's there. I know I have that security with him that he's there and he got my back and I got his back. So I'm happy.
We want to bring y'all back in a year. We want to get back into this
Mm.
in a year. This will be if we bring y'all back the after y'all have y'all anniversary next year. It'll be after that, and we'll be able to see how you guys have grown, how the love have grown, how everybody because the old folks say 2 years. If you make it through 2 years, you can make it through anything. So we're gonna get in here and see if we can bring you guys back. But we also want to bring you guys back in individual. D-Swab, Miss Lethal, we want to bring you guys back in individual because both of y'all as a couple got a lot of motion, but individual y'all have a lot of motion. So we definitely gonna be
Yeah.
looking forward to actually
We
bringing.
actually have a show Friday.
Tell
Oh
us
yeah.
about it.
We have a show Friday coming up at Blue Canary Records downtown on Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah.
The title of the show is Love, Lust, and Thereafter.
So
Look
please come
now.
on out if you got your grown folk mind
Um,
on.
I'll be doing erotic poetry. I may sing, don't know yet. It could happen,
Yeah.
but I will be doing my erotic poetry. He will be doing the singing.
Yeah.
There will
Shouts out to
be
Dorian,
there we
who's our
shouts
piano
out the
player.
door and we for the keyboard.
Yeah.
We will have refreshments. We'll have a $2 raffle.
Hmm.
And it's 10 at the door.
And there is limited seating. So listen, if y'all want to come, please come on out there because once we reach capacity, it's just an intimate show. It's not going to be the last, but we do have a couple that we're going to put on. This is our first that we're going to
This
do
is
it.
our first show together that we're doing as
Yes.
the married couple.
Come on, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
So It's gonna be interesting.
And
It's
y'all
going
make
to
sure
be very
y'all
interesting.
tune into Tip for Tech because they got exclusive content for all of the
Oh
stuff that's
yeah, oh
coming.
yeah.
So
And I
I'll make
haven't. I'm
sure.
not done. I have not gotten finished. It's been a rough couple weeks, but baby, I still. Me and you still gonna get back in here. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. It's
Oh,
a
they
lot of
love my
content.
pictures. Everybody, who did
Oh
those pictures of
man,
you?
we
I'm
ain't
I'm
done.
running. Look, I walk and dance down Fort Benning Road sometimes in the morning, and I had somebody stop me and say, "You that girl on them pictures?"
Look now, and I'm still. I got the. I wanted to get y'all pictures done, but I got the family ones coming. Y'all got some great pictures with the family, so
Yeah.
y'all definitely got those some coming very soon. I don't had some. We're gonna talk about
And
that
I'm
after the
ready
show.
for more photo shoots, ma'am.
Look, I
However,
Me
already
too.
told you that we got to get
however,
this.
I
Listen.
need to be. You need to
Look,
let me know.
look.
Speaking of which, issue video, the official video is coming soon from Gratitude. So y'all pay
Mhm.
attention to that right there.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come
We got
on.
a lot of stuff going on. A lot
Y'all,
of stuff.
y'all busy couple.
We are.
Oh yes.
All
We
right, so
are.
I said y'all got a motion separately and together, so I know y'all
Yes.
calendar packed. Yeah, we gonna about to get up out of here, but thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Tip for Tat. But before we get out of here, can you guys tell the people who you are one more last time and how they can locate you guys' pages?
I am Miss Lethal. You can find me on Facebook. It's not Miss Lethal on Facebook. It's Gabriel and Kimberly's Foster Thomas Jr. on
Yeah.
Facebook. We also
Hey.
have our own business page, which is
Yeah.
D Suave and Miss Lethal, and D Suave and Miss Lethal Instagram, and Miss Lethal for Instagram, Cabana 380, or Miss Lethal for Snapchat and TikTok.
Come
Oh
on
yeah.
now.
Derek Thomas Jr. 8 for TikTok. Y'all can find me on there. Shouts out to TikTok. Over 10K followers and all my people
Come
that's
on,
on there.
come
Appreciate
on.
all y'all on there for the love. Derek Suave Thomas Jr. on Facebook as well as Instagram. And like my wife told you, follow us for the exclusive content on the Suave and Lethal page. I think that sums it all up. But
Yes.
thank y'all for bringing us to the Tit for Tat News Show. So there we go, y'all. Y'all know we plug it
But
like we
that
do it.
finna be our new wrinkle. He done gave us a bid, y'all.
Yeah, I write them. So for anybody who got shows, I write jingles, I write commercials, advertisement, correspondence stuff. Get with me. I'm also a licensed writer. Yeah.
That's why I said we gotta bring y'all back in here.
Uh,
Cause it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot of motion going on over here. I'ma shout out my DJ. He been in here holding it down the whole time. Come on,
DJ.
come on. Thank you, everybody inside of the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. They said we need to do a couple event, and y'all invited. She said, let her know when she get ready to do a shoot. She do nails. Oh, this nail me in the
Oh, I
chat.
already know who she is.
Baby, we know who you is, Miss
Hey,
Nail Me.
now, come on in.
Come on now. Big shout out to everybody that checked in. DJ, everybody know Hurt up in his thing. He knew these damn folks, y'all. Y'all
Right.
know how it be. That man know every damn body. Y'all, we up out of here. Peace.
Peace.